Hi everybody, this is Doreen at Privies and Prims. My channel is mostly about cross stitch and punch needle with a little other wool things mixed in when I get in the mood for that. So welcome to my channel, and I want to welcome all the new people here and the ones, welcome back those that have been following me all along. I appreciate all of you. So I've got some stuff to show you today. I know it's been less than a week, but on New Year's Day, I am going to post a slideshow video of all of my 2023 creations. So I wanted to get the floss tube out a couple days before that so that they weren't, like one day right after another. So we're going to get right to this. So I've got some things to show you. I've got some haul. I have one whip that I showed you the other day on my last floss tube, and I'll show you what progress I've made with that. So one thing I forgot to show you in my haul from Pennsylvania was this little stool. And I did get this at a thrift store at Art of Recycle, and it was $6. And I probably will paint it and distress it. It's been painted brown, like a watered down brown paint, and it's kind of icky looking. So I'm going to use this like up on top of something as a riser. And I'm on the hunt for these small ones like this, or maybe even smaller sometimes. Like my father used to make them in graduated sizes going up, and he would distress them, and each one was a different color. And I wish I had those, but he's gone now, and I don't. And so I'm just on the hunt trying to find some at a reasonable price like this, because I saw two at an antique store and they were like $30, and I don't want to pay that. So that was something I forgot to show you. The sheep winners from the last floss tube, one of the winners contacted me. The other one did not contact me yet. And this is the one I have. This is a sheep pincushion. And the winner is KAYJAYBP. And I'll show you here. Contact me if this is you. priviesandprims@yahoo.com, or you can message me on Facebook at Privies and Prims on my Facebook page. So cute little wool pincushion. And speaking of that, I got part of my haul. I ordered some wool because I want to make some more of those, but I want like I'm just going to make a few more, but I want them to be more primitive instead of like how white this is. It's kind of actually like a cream color, but I wanted it to be more primitive. So I went on the Old Tattered Flag and I ordered these three colors of wool. Let me separate these out a little bit. And this one is called Flag Stripe White. And this one is called Sheep White. Now you can see that they're not white at all. That's just what they call them. And this one is called Julie's White. And I really don't like this one. I'll use it for something, but I'm not real. This is my least favorite of the three. So it'll come in handy for something, I'm sure. And these are, I think they're fat quarters or a quarter yard, but they sell them for $8 a piece. And then with shipping, 3 pieces comes up to like $30 and change. So these, I think for the sheep, I like this one the best. And this is actually called Sheep White. That's just how they're labeled. So those are from the Old Tattered Flag. But I like that one, and I like this one, the Flag Stripe White. This one has just a tiny hint of that yellowish beige to it, where this one is more of a tan, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'll make things with them. Eventually they'll go into my stash here, and eventually I will make stuff with them. I got a package from the Shepherd's Needle. I am a model puncher for those. So on the punch needle side of things, because I know I used to be all punch needle. If you look back at my videos, I've been doing this for 3.5 years. I started like April of 2020. And it was mostly all punch needle embroidery. And then last November, I started doing counted cross stitch and my focus kind of changed. So I apologize to those of you that follow me for punch needle, but I do still do it, just not as often, but I do try to keep a mix in here. So this is what she sends me, all of the supplies and everything. So that's all Valdani. And this is from the 2023 Christmas Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. And this is the one that she wants me to do for her. So that will be a model for her shop. So I will be starting that probably within the next week or so. I just saw a little note on the side of it that I did not see before about the buttons. Okay. Now, this one was also for her. And this is also in the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher Magazine, Christmas 2023. These swirls are to give it, you know, just like motion with the variegated threads. So some of them I drew on there and some of them are actually in the pattern. But that's what you do when you have a big open space and you want to create movement with your variegated threads. You just draw some squiggly lines in there. All of this blue and white I'm going to be taking out. And on punch needle, it's much easier than, see if I can grab a piece here, than cross stitch. You just grab it and pull it, and it comes out. And that's how you do it. So, and then you take your thumbnail and rub it over and it fills in the holes. So all of this blue and white is going to come out. It's not the called for colors. The called for colors on this are to mix 2 DMCs. And you would do like 3 strands of each color. Well, that would take hours and hours to do all this space by separating and cutting threads. So I asked Anne, the lady I'm doing this for, would she be okay with me using Valdani? Well, this is 2 colors of DMC, and neither one of us were really crazy about it. So I picked this color of Valdani, and she sent me 2 balls of it, the pearl cotton. So let me get one out of the package so you can see it without a glare. And here it is. So you see the variegation in that? That is going to be perfect. And this is what matches the called for DMC colors. So that is, I'm going to be finishing this before I start the other one. So I'll set this out by my chair, and when my eyes get tired from stitching, I will be working on this and getting that done so I can mail that back to her. So I do use a gripper frame for those that are new. It's like a rug cooking gripper frame. All right, so also for sheep, this little dresser back here that I did, when I take that Christmas stuff down, which is probably coming down this weekend, I woke up the other day with a vision. Do you ever do that? Write in the comments and let me know, do you ever wake up with a vision? And then I have to grab a pen and paper and write it down. So I had this vision to do sheep and snowmen and pine trees. So I'm going to make the pine trees out of like a velveteen I have, and it's from Cut Up Clothing. It is a very muted, dark olive green. And a friend of mine sent me some wood pieces, which are in the other room. So I'll just show you after I actually make the trees. But they're going to be the base, and then I'll just use like a stick for the trunk of the tree. The snowman I'm going to make out of linen. And the sheep, I have this fabric. I think I bought this at Joann's. Can you see? It's kind of like a fleece. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like smooth polyester on the back. But then this side of it is very bumpy. And I might have bought 1 yard or 2 yards of it. This is folded over, but it's a really big piece. But I took part of it and I coffee stained it. So I made it grungy. So that's what it looks like. The coffee stain, you can see the different tones, which really shows up that texture really good. And then I did some walnut stain the other day of another piece. So this is the walnut stain, which is much more grungy. Excuse me. And this is oh gosh, let me hold something behind it because the light's going through it. So the lighter one is the coffee stain and the darker one is the walnut stain. So they both will be awesome for grungy primitive sheep, I think. And then I bought this at the thrift store. I didn't even know what it was. So maybe some of you know what it was. So this, I cut it, but before I cut it, this was the shape of it. And it had a seam here, which is what I cut. I cut the seam open, but I didn't know what it was. It's terry cloth, and I walnut stained it. So you can see how grungy that is. What this is it's a head wrap for when you get a shower. So you wrap it around your wet hair, and it's got a label. It says Turby Twist. Well, I didn't care what it was. It was white terry cloth, and I thought that would be a really good texture for sheep. So that's a close-up of it. And that's, like I said, it's just white terry. It was just a terry cloth towel, head towel. I had to ask the girl. I was like, I don't know what this is. So she told me. And she charged me $1. You probably should have been $0.25, but it was for a good cause. It's for the money goes to a women's domestic violence shelter. So definitely worth a good, worthy cause. I also have, this is walnut stained, and this is warm and natural quilt batting, which also is great for sheep. And when you do the walnut stain, I've noticed it's kind of different than coffee stain because one side is a lot lighter. So if you look that's one side, and then that's the other side. So I have noticed that when I've just started doing the walnut stain. So you can use whichever side you want when you do that. And I don't have a formula. I just jumped it in there until it was what I wanted. So I went to a couple thrift stores locally the other day, and I'll show you what I got there. I got this for $1. It still has the store tag on it. And I got this for $2.50, which is super great price. In the antique store, these are like $8 to $10, and I've seen them for like $15. So this was $2.50. And I've done them before and put punch needle on it. So those are great to have for finishing. What else did I get? Oh, my friend, I've told you before, I have a friend that just picks up stuff for me. She thinks I might be able to use for finishing. And she got me 4 of these. And they're 4 for $2. And they have little hangers on the back. And she said she knew that I could just like pop this thing out or just put something over top of it. So they're very heavy. They're like, I think they're really pewter. It has some kind of symbol on the back. It looks like an angel. But anyway, so she got those for me, and this one's broken. So I'll probably just throw that one away. And that one is broken. So I got 2 good ones. Okay. Did not notice before that those were broken. Oh, the little sheep pincushion I made, I have this pattern laying here, so I'll just show it to you. In case you wanted to make it, that is the, it was $6.99, but that's the designer, Cottonwood Creations. And she got me these. I don't know if I'll use them. I don't know. She gets them because they're cheap. This was $1.50 and this was $1. I don't know if I'll use them, but I'll put them in my stash. Sometimes she gets me stuff that I love, and sometimes I'm like, so I don't know. Let her get it. It makes her happy, right? This one I also got at the thrift store. This was $2, and I thought a drum would look really pretty on top of that. And it looks like it's been painted, and then somebody tried to take the paint off. That's what it looks like to me. Whether or not I leave it like this will depend on what I put on it. Now, as a Christmas present from the lady that I do model punching for, she gave me this for Christmas. And I had asked her if she had this in her shop and to send it to me, and then she just gifted it to me. So I love this. Thank you, Anne, for the gift. And I saw this, that somebody had it on Instagram, and theirs was so, so pretty. And they had pins in it that were like Christmas trees, decorative pins. So I have to find some of those. It's too big to go on this, but it would look really pretty raised up like that. But I guess maybe I could find something at Hobby Lobby. But we will wait and see when I get it done, because I think it's about, let me see. This is done on 36 count Winter's Brew by R&R Reproductions. Now it says it's 5 5/8 of the circle. So I think I could find something at Hobby Lobby for that. Anyway, that was one of my Christmas presents. So what else did I get? I ordered this book because I saw this quilt on somebody's wall on it. I think it was an Instagram photo. And I really like the cabin. I don't make quilts, but I thought this book was like $4 and something on eBay and free shipping. So I thought I could take this cabin and make it as a wool applique pattern, do it in wool applique. So that's what I plan to do with that. And I don't know what, that may be the only thing I do out of this, but like I said, this book is on, this one's really neat. It's on eBay for super cheap. That's called Dancing Arrows. See here, so here is North Woods. So if you're a quilter and you like the primitives, this would be a great book to get. So here's the log cabin placemats, which would probably be the size I would do it, but I would just do it with wool instead of cotton. Partridge in the Pines, that one. And then here is it's called Lone Cabin. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So that's the book if you want to look it up on eBay. Red Wagon Originals. And it just says that Patchwork Place. So I guess that's the name of the book, is Red Wagon Originals. So that is part of my recent haul. Today I went to a quilt store, Tennessee Quilt, in Jonesboro, Jonesboro, Tennessee, which is the oldest town in Tennessee. If you live near there right now, what is today? The 30th? Today's December 29th, 2023. Everything in the store is 20% off. So I got this as a winter one. It's a really light, pretty blue in case I did something for winter. And then the fat quarters, if you go upstairs, there's a sale room. And sometimes you get like $12 fabric for $4. And there is 2 racks of fat quarters up there. And these I got up there. I think you can see them all. $2 a piece for the fat quarters up in the sale. These are sale ones. So I don't know how that's showing up. It's like a really dark teal. And then pull the rubber bands off. This one, I have this in blue that I got as a fat quarter there. These are muted colors. They're showing up bright on my end, but they're not bright colors. I don't buy bright colors. So these are muted. So $2 a piece, and it's good quilt store fabric, not cheapy Walmart stuff. This one says Andover Fabrics. That one doesn't have anything on the salvage. That one doesn't. Just the one has the name. So those go into my fabric stash. I'm going to mention this again and put it on this board. This is a little sewing kit, and somebody told me, and I mentioned this on my last floss tube, or maybe the one before that, but somebody told me that they collect these, and this is a really old one. If you get in touch with me, she hasn't got in touch with me yet. This is from a Best Western, but it looks really old. I will send this to you for your collection for free. But I just want it to go to somebody that appreciates it, because I'm not going to do anything with it. And my friend went to an antique mall last week, and I saw on the website that there was a really cool snowman. So I called the store so she could pick it up for me, and they said it had already sold. But she went looking through the booths, and she found, gotta cut a string. She found 3 other snowmen, and she sent me pictures, which I didn't like the other 2. But look. How cute is this little guy? Isn't he adorable? He was $12. Have you ever seen a dark-skinned snowman like that? He is very dark. I think he's homemade. And the fabric is not that dark because, I mean, it's got to be stained, because I looked at the back of one of his legs and you can see where the color is lighter. So it's, his pants are sewn on, so I don't know if there's any signature underneath there. I used to, when I made primitive dolls, sometimes I would sign them on the butt. But the pants are sewn on and I don't want to take them off. But isn't he cute? So he just sits up like that, and I put him back in my Christmas tree. But he's going to be part of my winter display. I just think I'm looking like he's got a little bit of a crooked head. But he's so cute. And he was $12, so she picked him up for me. Purple Paper Mountain on Etsy. Oh my gosh. So I just got an order from them, and they sent me some samples to try. Excuse me. I am feeling much better, and thank you everybody for the well wishes. Just all of a sudden when I'm doing this, I'm starting to cough a little bit. So these are some rickrack colors that are very primitive. This is an olive green. This is a burnt rusty orange. And again, on my end, it's showing really bright. I don't know what it is on your end. This is like a dark, it's not burgundy, but it's almost like a rose color. I don't know, it's very prim. And then these are the mini pom-poms. So the olive green, which is turning out to be my favorite color. And then this black, but it's a very soft black. It's not like a really harsh black. It's very soft. It's like a dark, dark gray. And just some black rickrack here. And then this is a dark red. I probably will coffee stain that one because it's not really quite dark enough. But she sent me these other ones as samples. So this is a chenille trim, and then a little pom-pom. 2 other different mini pom-poms, which will probably get coffee stained. And this is just like a little chenille. I don't even know what I would use it for, but I usually find something to use it for. And then these. So that top one, the pom-pom one's a little bright. That'll get coffee stained. This one is perfect olive green. So thank you for those samples so that I can try out. And then, like, I didn't even realize that there was olive green rickrack, or I would have ordered that. So she sent me, I don't think I ordered it. I think that was part of the samples that she sent me. Anyway, Purple Paper Mountain on Etsy. What else do I have? A new venture that I might try. I want to try maybe in 2024. Is I got this. And I want to try to make some primitive snowmen. So let me know in the comments if you've ever done this. I got some inspiration pictures from Instagram, and I saved them. It's air dry, so Well, I was watching some YouTube videos, and you make the form out of like tin foil, and then you roll this out and put it on top of it. And I got these tools at Michael's. I missed the 50% off, but I got them for 20% off, and they were like $8 and then 20% off. So it's got this blade to cut them, and then it's got the roller on the end, which if you have a piece of PVC pipe, you could just use that. But I just went ahead and bought it. I don't know when I will get to this and try them. It'll just be one day when I'm in the mood to do it. But now I have the supplies. And I also got some fine glitter, was on sale at Hobby Lobby. Well, it said it was on sale, but that's the price that's on the sticker, $1.99. So I guess it's not really on sale. They just want you to think it is. And I also have this I got from Amazon. It's Stampendous Shaved Ice. So this is like mica flakes. So my question, if you've ever used any of this stuff, is there like, do these things come in like, I don't know what term to use, like a vintagey look, like a grungy look? I don't want gold, but if like these would come with, you know, just a little bit of brownish mixed in with it so that it looked antique-y. I couldn't find it in Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And I did a Google search, and I didn't really find anything. So if you know of something like that, let me know, please. Send me an email with a link or whatever, so that, because I'm not fond of a white. I would rather have, you know, the little dirty looking. So the only other thing I have is the Santa Noel pattern, which is right here. And this was the giveaway for last flosstube, which I think was Sunday. So the winner of this one is Char 57, Char J57. So get in touch with me, and I will get this mailed out to you. So today's question is, what have you accomplished within this last year? In the year 2023, what are you proud of that you have accomplished? So let us know that in the comments. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I thank you to all those that have. And also I just want to remind you, I will be putting out a video on New Year's Day, and it'll be a slideshow of all of the things that I made in 2023. And it's going to take some time, but I'm going to try to look up the designer of each one, so that when I put the picture on there, it should have at least the designer's name, but hopefully I can put the pattern name, the design name also. And I will see you all on New Year's Day. So thank you. Don't forget, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, and tell us something that you accomplished this last year. Bye, everybody. Stay safe and stay warm. It is snowing here, and I'm thrilled. I want a big one. All right, see you next time. Bye. I totally forgot to show you my whip. Don't leave yet. This is my whip. So the pattern I am working on is, as I get the cover, Saltbox Quilt Sampler by Brenda Gervais. That's the one. And I'll show you what I have so far. Get the thread off. Now I don't have a big board here with me, but this fabric is thin, so I will put it in here. This is what I have done so far. There. I am loving this pattern. I am a monogamous stitcher, in case you're new here, so I'm going to be working on this one until it's done, probably. I will probably break it up by doing the punch needle. This tree right here is supposed to be fatter, like these, because I did 5 rows and I was supposed to do 6 rows, and I didn't realize that until it was all done. Each little section is supposed to be 6 rows down, but I am going to leave it. It does not affect anything on the design, and instead of taking the whole thing out, I'm just going to leave it, and that will be the one unique tree that'll be different than the others. So there is a close-up. This is an even weave. I don't know what it is. all of my fabrics, most of them were either gifted or thrifted. So I don't, I'm not able to tell you what it is, except I think it's a 32 count, but I'm not even sure about that. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.